So I want to give you some practical questions to ask during seasons of transition and change. In Proverbs chapter 6, verses 6 through 8, in the New Living Translation, it says, "Take a lesson from the ants, you lazy bones. Learn from their ways and become wise. Though they have no prince or governor or ruler to make them work, they labor hard all summer, gather food for the winter." Number one, the first question I want you to ask when it seems like your brook is drying up or when it seems like there's a transition on the horizon, the first question I want you to ask is, what is the Lord leading me to do? What is the Lord leading me to do? This question defines your purpose. This defines your why. This defines your reason. And until you know, I want you to stay put and hang on to what he told you to do last. The second question I want you to ask is, where can I make the necessary adjustments in my budget? Yeah, that's right. Some of us have to make some adjustments to get rid of the excess areas and expenditures that we see. Go line by line on your bank statement and scrutinize, is this something I need? Sometimes it's not that God's not providing, but it could be that we're wasting the provision he's given us. So I'm going to ask you during this season, ask yourself, where can I make the necessary adjustments in my budget? And number three, I want you to ask yourself, who do I need to check on today? Because after you define purpose, after you've answered the question about provision in your budget, I want you to find out, who are you to check on today during this time? Because this is going to strengthen the quality of your life's relationships. By you being sensitive to who you're to check on, it's going to keep your heart open, filled with compassion, and it's going to keep you sensitive to what God is speaking to you today. Now, you may be experiencing transition. You may be experiencing change. You may have a level of uncertainty. But before you panic, again, I want you to pray. And when you pray, I want you to be there long enough to hear from heaven. And when you hear from heaven, I want you to make a commitment to yourself and God that you're going to act and obey in what he said. Let me pray with you this morning.